What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to do a guide on 10 or 11 Glocks, depending what you consider being a complete Glock in this video, which we'll get into in a second. Anyways, I'm just going to speak facts about them, but I'm also going to tell you what I like about them and what I don't like. Anyways, this is a Glock 43. Most people would say this is an outdated carry option. I still carry this every week. It's very light. It's been 100% reliable. I have a Mag Guts 8+1 setup, so 9 rounds for a pocket carry or just a mailbox gun or a walk gun or going to the park. This is a great option. It's been 100% reliable, and the thing just disappears on your body, because what you got to think is, with the capacity that's limited on a smaller firearm, that also helps with weight. Let's be real. I know you could take, your Hellcat or your P365 and only load half the magazine, but I would never do that. This sort of gives me like the mindset of like, okay, my mag is full, but it's still light. Anyways, love this for pocket carry, deep concealment. Glock 43 is a great option. Also, women tend to like the Glock 43 a lot. It fits their hand. Next up, Glock 26. This is my go-to. I love this firearm right here. It's been 100% reliable. This is my stock Glock 26 Gen 3 with the finger grooves. Comes with a flush 10-round mag. Now, what people don't like the most about this firearm is how short the frame is. That's actually what I like the most about it. I like its magazine compatibility. I can do this for a pocket carry option or deep concealment, or I can throw a 33-round magazine in it for fun at the range. I can throw a 50-round drum in it for fun at the range, and it's still going to be reliable, depending on the drum, of course. But with OEM mags, it's been reliable. Can flex into all rolls. 3.4-inch barrel, so it's a perfect size barrel for everyday carry. Yeah, love this thing. This is a tested firearm. The Gen 3 has been out since 1998. You never hear problems with them. A great, great option. Now, we're going to talk about the most versatile option that any firearm company offers, which would be the Glock 27. This firearm can take a Glock 39 45 GAP slide. You would just have to change out some of the internals. But when you don't have to, the only thing you would have to change in order to get 9mm out of this, 357 SIG, and obviously you'd already have the 40, is conversion barrels. You can get conversion barrels for this, and obviously the magazines, and they all will run in your 27. So you can have 9mm, which will take all double stack 9mm mags, all double stack 40 mags, all double stack 357 SIG mags. This thing can literally be 3 or 4 different firearms very easily with conversion barrels. It is a great firearm. 40 is powerful. I don't think it's too snappy. I really like 40 a lot. This is going to be something I'm carrying a lot in the winter, especially you can still flex into that 9+1 setup, but right now I do have a larger magazine in there, obviously, but that's for winter carry. You got a hoodie over it. Love the 27. Can't go wrong with the 27 because you can make it a 26, you can make it a 33, you can make it a 39. Next up. Sorry, I don't have a lot of room to work with. We're going to visit the Glock 33. This is chambered in 357 SIG. This is a 27 upper, like we just talked about in the last firearm, with a conversion barrel. It's a Lone Wolf conversion barrel. It's been 100% reliable. This has been awesome. I've really enjoyed the 357 SIG round. Now, the downside is the rounds are expensive and harder to find. The upside is the ballistics are great, and it's a powerful, powerful everyday carry choice that I think is super underrated. A lot of people talk down on it. I love it. Definitely has a place in my carry rotation. Glock 33, chambered in 357 SIG. Next up, I just want to talk about this firearm. This has been my go-to Glock 26. This is what I carry. I love the 26. It's a great firearm. It's perfect size. This setup right here is great. You can basically add anything to it. It has all the aftermarket support you could ever imagine. It's just a great, great choice. But yeah, that's what I run mainly for my Glock 26. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Next up, Glock 26L. Now, this is not something that's actually made by Glock. This is something that I created using the slide that Hooper Gunworks made. It's a one-piece slide, so you don't need an adapter. It's similar to a Glock 43X and 48, where you have this extra piece. You have that hole right there for changing out sights, and it's more of a crossover. It reminds me of the CZ P10S. It reminds me of the XDM Elite from Springfield. It's a crossover. You still have that short grip. You still have decent capacity. It's still going to be double stack. And you can still, like I said, put a 10-round mag in it. You have a super short grip like a 26, but you have a 4-inch barrel like a 29. This is going to be the same. This takes a 19 barrel, but a 26 guide rod. So 19 barrel, 26 guide rod. Great, great choice for everyday carry. What I realized with these crossovers is if it's a crossover like this where it's a longer slide and a shorter frame, it really handles recoil well. Very easy to get follow-up shots. Love this setup. Love this trigger that I put on there, the Wheaton Arms trigger. Anyways, that's my Glock 26L build. Oops. That's not good. Anyways, next up, Glock 29, chambered in 10 millimeter. I don't carry this as much. Now, when I visit places where I'm in the woods and stuff, but I do shoot this thing at the range as well. But when I visit the woods, I carry this. I love 10 millimeter. I just don't, to me, 9 millimeter, I can get shots off faster, on target better, you know, with 9 millimeter. But I do see why people carry this. People live in different areas than I do. But it is super thick and heavy. It is a great firearm. It's been reliable, and it has power. Really, really has power. Like, you know, like, I don't know if you guys ever saw the video of my first shots with this. Second I shot it, I turned around, I'm like, oh my goodness. You just feel it, and you just, you know, I just started flexing because it just felt good to shoot something like this. Love the 29. Has power. Maybe if I train with it more. Other people also recommended ammo switch for carry, but the thickness and the weight is my number one thing that keeps me from carrying the Glock 29. Next up, we have the OG, the Glock 19. Now this is a Gen 3, does have a rail. Oh, I forgot to say, Glock 26, 27, and 33 don't have rails. So that is something that people bring up about it. It doesn't affect me because I don't carry with a light. But if you do want a lighter laser, they do make the TLR6, but the complaint about that is it's not strong enough. Anyways, Glock 19, 100% reliable. Love this thing. Smooth shooter. Once again, though, I like a shorter grip. But for people who want all three fingers on the firearm, don't care about concealing it as well, or their body is just meant to fit a firearm like this is a great option. Reliable. And OEM mags. People like the 43X and the 48, but the problem is people have issues with Shield Arms mags all the time. This uses Glock OEM 15-round mags, just like you could do in the 26, just like the 26 can take the 17 mags and so on. This can take the 17 mags. This can take everything double stack, 15 rounds and up from Glock, which is really nice. So while the magazine compatibility is huge, especially with the PCCs coming out nowadays, the AR pistols, that whole sort of thing. Anyways, Glock 19, you just can't go wrong with it. It's a great, great firearm. Last but not least is a firearm I've really learned to love, but I can't carry it. I print like crazy with this firearm. You guys would call me insane if you saw me carrying a Glock 45. But I love it, and I see if someone can conceal it, I get why they do it. It is so ergonomic. This Gen 5 grip is just perfect. This wide grip angle is just awesome. The serrations are great. I do like the Gen 3 slide finish better, but it's a decent finish. I do have a night sight on the front. Added just a couple things to it. Anyways, great shooter. Just the smoothest shooting firearm, and it is a crossover. It's basically a 17 in this direction, 19 up top. And I do like crossovers, and this is opposite of what I usually like, but I really like this firearm, and I see why people carry a Glock 45. I also see why the Glock 19, which is basically a 45, was in the running for the military contract. It's a great shooter, and I just love it. Anyways, that's 11 Glock options. Basically, what you guys need to do, though, is go to your range, rent them. Ask a buddy, do you have this firearm? Can I go shoot it for a little bit? Find ways to get your actual hand on it and feel if it matches your hand. Like, when it comes to me recommending stuff, I can only recommend for these hands right here. Your hands might be made completely different. Where I grab something that feels ergonomic, yours doesn't. So I always tell people, just spend the extra $10, rent the firearm. It'll save you in the long run. It'll allow you to love the firearm that you purchased. Anyways, thanks for watching.